Mic is okay here.
Okay.
My mic is it okay?
I should think okay, because this was the different way on here. Shame I'm bending. If you want to.
The mics are okay like this?
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's going to hear the volume.
You know, the new year is starting very well for Zinari.
Oh, he's trying to listen to the volume. Oh.
Evening show.
It is Radio 2 of the ZAMBIA National Broadcasting Corporation that you are listening to. The time is 17:31. My name is Joseph Piri and welcome to it. Like any other working day from Mondays to Fridays, we bring to you this edition of the evening show exactly at 17:30. Just looking at different issues, and you're free to call me on the number 0770 34 72 21 0770 34 72 21. Like I mentioned, today we are going to look at the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research. And of course, in this particular discussion, we shall also be looking at the workshop which they are going to be having pretty soon. So to help me look at this, I have Dr. Darlington Kapasu, who is a board member of the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research. Good evening and welcome to the evening show, Dr. Kapasu.
Good evening, listeners. Thank you very much for the time.
I also have Dr. Lawrence CHANZA, who is Executive Director for Zinari. Good evening and welcome to the evening drive.
Good evening.
Okay, so just to start to kickstart things, like I mentioned, that we shall be looking at this institution. Maybe someone could be getting this name for the first time. So I'll ask either one of you to just tell us what the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research is all about.
Yeah, actually, the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research is an institute that looks at you know, the work and the research of alternative medicines in Zambia.
Maybe you have something to add, Dr. Kapasu.
Yes, I do. As a member, we look at the alternative medicine which is comes in, and so that it can be regulated for people to be able to take. It's the only institution that looks at on the herbal side. The convention medicine have got also their own way. So it's important that we sort of make people aware who are not averse, so that they can know how we are supposed to use them. Because people would think that just herbal medicine is just taking at random. They are also regulated in terms of perhaps quantities of how much one can take. It's just like water. You can't take a lot of it. It's going to injure you. Mangoes or anything that you take too much, it will be injurious to your health. So it has to be contained in a way that it keeps you healthy. The other things that one would talk about in order for you one to remain well, perhaps exercise is one of those things that would come into metering for one to be wellness. So this has to be brought to fore to people who are going to interact with workers, who are going to start using this medicine, because it will be infused into the medical care system later on.
All right. So you just touched on part of my next question, which was the core mandate for Zinari.
Yeah, the core mandate for Zinari, number one, we are looking at you know, how herbal medicine can be used in a you know, it can be used in a professional way. And having said this, we are looking at the safety, the quality of the medicines, the herbal medicines that should be ministered to our people in Zambia. Then the second mandate is that Zinari is actually responsible to conduct research in traditional complementary and alternative medicine in Zambia, because why we need a lot of research is that you know, herbal medicines, you know, they can have very high side effects, although a lot of people have argued that herbal medicines do not have side effects. And this is why we need to conduct a lot of research. Zambia is one of the countries that is rich in medicinal plants, just like any other countries like China. But the only thing that we need is that we need to do what we call value addition. Then, having said that, we are looking at you know, the properties, the minerals that these herbal medicines contain. Then after that, also we look at the dosages that can be given to people. Then our third mandate is actually to conduct education in naturopathic medicine and complementary medicines in this country.
And maybe another question that begs an answer is there a need for the usage of herbal medicine to be regulated, Dr. Kapasu?
Yes. Everything that comes in the country has got to be regulated. One, it must conform with the international standards, WHO. And once they come into here, Zambia as well, they have to be complicity with ZAMRA, which is the regulating authority that tests all medicine that comes into Zambia. Nobody would be allowed to practice without affirmation of ZAMRA here in Zambia. Yes.
Yeah. Having said that, why do we need herbal medicines like any other field? You find that a lot of people jump into a profession that they are not even qualified in. Now, when we are looking at herbal medicine, we are also looking at the safety of our people in Zambia. You find that, you know, if you have been reading papers, news, you find that a lot of people, others have even died because they have taken some form of herbal medicines. And why, when we put in regulation, we are actually going to know that, number one, the medicines that are given to our people meet the minimum standards. That's the quality, safety, and efficacy. Because you don't just pick any kind of tree, then you feel that it's going to be like given to the people. That is why we need to regulate the medicines, the products themselves that are, you know, that are being given to our people in this country. Then even the products, the herbal medicines that are coming into our country, they need to be regulated. Then secondly, even the practice itself, we need to regulate it. Number one, we find that because of the increase in non-communicable diseases in this country, there has been also a lot of increase, you know, in the usage of alternative medicines. And this is why we find that when you go around today, you know, the people that are practicing in herbal medicines in our streets, in the buses, everywhere has increased. And this is why when you see something is going out of control, this is why you need to put in very strong regulation so that you protect the lives of people. Recently also, we find that I also, you know, even if I'm talking about complementary medicine, I also touch on our friends, the traditional healers. You find that they just harvest any tree. Sometimes they even go to the extent, you know, to say that you can take this, you are going to be healed. And this is why our government needs urgently, in order to protect our people, to put in regulation so that the lives of our people can be protected.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to editor of the ZAMBIA Show Broadcasting Corporation, and this is the Evening Drive, where we are looking at the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research. And we just from looking at their core mandate as well as why you feel or you think there is need to regulate herbal medicine. Should you feel the need to call us, the number is 0770 34 72 21. 0770 34 72 21. Now, quickly, let's look at the forthcoming workshop. What is the workshop all about? Who should attend? And if I'm allowed to attend the meeting, what are some of the requirements that I have to meet? I'll start with Dr. Kapasu.
This meeting is actually going to be held on from the 16th to the 18th of this month at Eastern Moon Hotel. And those who should attend actually are actual members, practitioners, employees, wellness officers, herbal medicine research and manufacturers, policymakers, and anybody of interest who perhaps want to be an entrepreneur because of this. They are all free to attend. You are also equally invited if you can come, Joseph, no problem.
Do I have to meet certain requirements?
It's a human being, and an adult will be able to understand. Perhaps at the moment it's in English. It's not in any vernacular, I'm afraid, at the moment.
Any other stakeholders that are coming to attend?
Sorry?
Any other stakeholders?
At the moment we haven't yet, but we have people who are coming in from Ministry of Health,
Yes.
and ZAMRA, the Zambia Medical...
Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority.
Yes, the regulatory authority. They are coming in, and then I think I'll be one of the facilitators as well. As one of the board members, I'll be a facilitator for part of here.
What exactly are you going to look at with regards to this forthcoming workshop?
For myself in particular?
Yeah, you can just preempt, not...
Okay. Well, what we're going to look at, actually, we are going to look at, to introduce what the natural medicine is, and then the human body, to understand how it is, then to identify or identification of medicinal plants in relation to geographical areas, also herbal medicine registration, which is a requirement, and regulation in Zambia, as well as ethics of herbal medicine practice, and then herbal medicine processing and packaging, and then conservation of medicinal plants, as well as the last part will be those who are interested to have this as an income stream, entrepreneurship.
You may add.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about one on the commercialization of herbal medicines. We find that this is one sector that Zambia hasn't put much attention. Now, we are talking about job creation in this country. Now, herbal medicine industry in places like India, China, and of course, United States and Europe, a lot of industries have been, developed. And basically, these herbal medicines that they produce in those countries are actually even brought to our countries here, and they are being sold at a very large quantity. Now, what I'm trying to say is that if our people can be trained in this area, this is one area that we urgently need, to commercialize, because these are natural resources that, our trees can be processed, value added, then eventually these medicines that we get from there, supplements that we get from our plants, can also be exported to other countries, and we can actually earn foreign exchange.
0770347221 is the number that you are calling me on, in case you'd like to add or comment on what we are looking at. Now, you mentioned that there is need to register all the herbal medicines that are coming to the country. So from the time, I don't know whether I asked this question, When was this institute formed, and from the time that it was formed to date, how many clients or herbal medicines have you registered?
Yeah, actually, our institute was formed in 2006. Then, the way we work, our mandate is not to register the medicines that are coming, or the register that, we have, we are actually, affiliated to Ministry of Health through a memorandum of understanding. Now, under the Ministry of Health, we have other institutions like the Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, who we collaborate with. So once the medicines meet the standards, then we refer them to ZAMRA so that they can go and be registered. So basically, ZAMRA itself, as I'm talking, they have actually been registering the medicines that are coming from out, and all our members that are registered with us, we have actually been referring them to ZAMRA for registration so that the actual products are registered. Now, meaning that what we actually want is even our people that are doing the processing of these medicines within our country, once they come and check with us, we help them to research, develop them, then eventually they can take these commodities for registration at ZAMRA so that they can be commercialized.
So it's your members that are registering with ZAMRA?
It's our members that register with ZAMRA, but however, there are those that are not our members that are practicing within the boundaries of Zambia, that are just, practicing on their own like that. They go and pick some trees out there, they process them, they pack them, then they start practicing on the streets. And this is why I mentioned earlier on, our cry is that all of them should be registered, should become our members. Then we help them to, to research on these products they are developing. Then eventually we can help them, to get registered with ZAMRA so that they can commercialize their products.
In which ways do you help your members to commercialize their products? That's a very good way of, I think, encouraging a lot of them that have got this business.
Yeah, number one, the first thing that we do is we provide them with education, because you need education to identify the kinds of trees that you're going to use, then how effective those plants are that you're going to use. Then secondly, we look at the packaging. How is this product going to be packaged? Then the third, we're also looking at the, the dosaging. You must actually know the actual dosage that is going to be administered. Then fourth, we look at the safety. How safe is this product that is being given to our people? I will give you an example of mangoes. There are a lot of mangoes right now. And the mangoes can also be used as medicines, to cleanse your stomach. Mangoes, they also, like when you're taking them as medicines, how much do you take? You need to know that if I take too much, I'm going to develop diarrhea. So this is why it is very important you go to people that are professionals that can help you develop these commodities before you give them to the public.
Okay, so now let's look at the workshop as we are coming towards the end of this short interview. Kindly just remind someone that could be tuning into it right now when the workshop will be and where it's going to take place from, what they are supposed to do in order for them to be part and parcel of this workshop. I'll start with Dr. Kapasu.
Anybody who wants to attend this workshop, and they can contact any of these numbers, which will be 0977 88 22225. I'll repeat that. 0977 88 22225 or 076 41 45 300. I'll repeat again. 07 6414 53 300. And this is what's going to be impacted in one who would attend. On the completion of the course, the participants will be able to treat themselves and others at workplaces or at home. They will have knowledge that the participant will know how to manage stress and know how to prevent communicable and non-communicable diseases. Regulators will be able to understand the contributions of herbal medicine in the economy and the health of our people. So this will be on the 16th, 17th, and 18th at Eastern Moon Hotel. It's along Kafue Road, near old, is it ShopRite? Yes, at the corner there, just on the left, just after the traffic light from the city.
So it's actually from the 16th to the 18th of December.
Yes, please.
What could be your closing remarks, Dr. CHANZA, on this interview?
Yeah, actually, I just want to encourage our people, number one, to come and attend. Then secondly, to take keen interest in learning the use of complementary and alternative medicines. Because why I'm saying so, there has been an increase in the usage of alternative medicines because of the non-communicable diseases that have increased in this country. Then secondly, I also encourage people to be, the consumers themselves, to be mindful on the people they are approaching to, to go and buy these medicines from. They need to look at if these medicines meet the minimum quality that can actually guarantee their safety.
Dr. Kapasu, you've already given your closing remarks?
Oh, can I give one more last one?
You can.
Yes, this is appealing to all those who have been dealing with herbals. It's the right time that they can bring themselves to fore so that they can be accredited and be able to have this as their income stream in order for them to help themselves and other people and have a life to look after themselves in a herbal way.
Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Kapasu.
We are very grateful for your time.
Thank you so much, Dr. CHANZA.
Thank you.
So that's a person from the Zambia Institute of Natural Medicine and Research. We were looking at the institution itself as well as other issues with regards to the forthcoming workshop, which will take place from the 16th to the 18th of December at Eastern Moon Hotel. And of course, you have yourself topics that are going to be looked at with regards to this workshop, and I'm so much interested to get to learn about the introduction to natural medicine, the human body, the identification of medicinal plants in relation to geographical areas, as well as herbal medicine registration and regulation in Zambia. So if you'd like to be part and parcel of this workshop, the details have already been given. Remember, the dates are 16th to the 18th of December 2019.
The evening show.
Is that this now? 23 minutes.